Again and again, many people would misunderstand him. He was dressed so elegantly, but wearing suit and trousers, and was welcoming governors. But he was like a jewel inside. Just as Prabhupada's desire, he would not have to speak. Param Gurudev, Bhakti Kesava Goswami Maharaj would understand what he wanted, what he needed, what he desired. Vinod Bihari Brahmachari would execute his desires. That we could not even imagine. If he was to chastise, then others would be amazed by his chastisement. And for the reasons he chastised, we could not understand. Such Mahapurushas, great personalities. We were able to hear Param Gurudev's glories by the lotus lips of our Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj. Not something that you can read and understand. He explained to us, Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj used to say, therefore we were able to understand. Just by reading we could not understand. We will not be able to understand completely how he was, how great he was. Offering this small offering to him, we can understand by hearing and remembering how he was. Why he preached. And then after preaching, he gave everything away, the result of his preaching. Nobody knew when he slept, when he was awake. If he had bathed, Gurudev said, Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj said that we don't know whether he bathed at the time of shaving head. He would just take some water over his head. So he was not conscious of his body. He had no bodily conception. We'll hear more from Srila Maharaj. I stop here. And I pray to Gurudev and Param Gurudev that his Guru Nishta and his Nishta towards his our Guru Parampara and his relationship with Guru Parampara. So like this, I pray. It's asking how long should I speak. It says your as long as you want. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. First of all, I offer my Dandavat pranams and limited times to Nitilila Prajnana Mishtabhada Astatara Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Gosvami Maharaja and Nitilila Prajnana Mishtabhada Astatara Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Shri Narayan Goswami Maharaj, his lotus feet, unlimited Dandavat pranams. Thereafter, Nitilila Prajnana Mishtabhada Astatara Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Bhakti Rakshakshita Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Pramodpuri Goswami Maharaj, and Gauragovinda Goswami Maharaj, and all the present Vaishnavas, mothers, the special Dandavat pranams to Padmanabh Maharaj, and all the Vaishnavas. Today, very auspicious, wonderful day. The start of Kartik month, Niyam Seva, Damodar Brad, Urja. Today is special. Nitilila Prajnana Mishtabhada Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Kesava Goswami Maharaj disappearance day. We are observing. This is Sharad Purnima. By taking shelter of which Srila Vinod Brahmachari, Vinod Manjari, he went to enter into the eternal service of his Ishtadev. Gurudev used to speak very emotionally, emphatically on these days, and used to cry because when the disciple realizes the glories of Shri Gurudev in his heart, only then can the tears come, because when Shri Guru is present with us, we cannot understand his glories. But when they are not present in front of our eyes, then we can consider how the importance in this Bengali Kirtan. It is said it's such a jewel we have in our possession, and today that jewel has disappeared or gone because separation nourishes the meeting. That's why it is said where separation nourishes the meeting. Like the example is given, when we put saffron color into cloth, When we put the color, the cloth becomes red, but again and again, by immersing that cloth in that saffron color, that color becomes more intense and brilliant, delightful. In the same way, this viraha, this separation, nourishes the meeting. That's why we say that in separation, this spurti, this vision of meeting takes place. Viraha means separation. Our acharyas have said that and explained viraha in Vishesh means special meeting. And this is the way that the gopis, in separation from Krishna, remembering Krishna and pastimes, they started to recite. Like we say, this is Gopi Git. The description in the Gopi Git, that the activities that perform, they remembered at the time of Gopi Git. How Krishna stayed in Braj, how they played together, laughed and joked. In the same way, this separation reminds us of our meeting. That's why Raghunath Das Goswami says, Anabhishandam. Vishesh rag, special rag, special deep attachment. They come in the same parallel, these words. Viraha, separation. We don't feel like eating, like in this world. When our mother, father, friends, when they leave this world, we do not feel like eating or engaging in any activity. This is a symptom nature of separation. Viraha also means special meeting. So remembering their activities and pastimes. This brings memories, brings us remembrance. Like Raghunath Das Goswami says in this verse, Raghunath Das Goswami very humbly is saying, in this Raganuga Bhakti, I did not wish to enter, but Sanatana Goswami Pad forcefully and mercifully gave me this Braj Ras and made me drink. So this say again, as we repeat, that this Vairagya separation is a special meeting. In the same way, as much separation we feel towards our beloved, that we become attached to, just by when we listen to the glories of someone, then we develop this desire to meet with them. Like, we did not meet with Srila Param Gurudev. Anybody met Kempujan? Nobody here has met him. when 200 people sitting, no one had direct darshan of him. But when we hear of his glories, his pastimes, what do we desire? That we want to meet him, and then in this desire we actually meet. Like I explained, Param Guru Maharaj, his internal moods are unparalleled. In the past history, in East Bengal, his body was so beautiful and golden, like glittering. And he used to put oil on his body and bathe in the sun. Like, well, a young child, young baby is massaged with oil, and one eagle came. But one eagle came down. It took the child up in the air. Everyone became astonished. In Hindi it said, so, whoever the Lord protects, nobody can kill them. In Hindi proverb. Everybody was crying out, seeing this child being taken by the eagle, maybe 1 or 2 months old, and he's had oil on his body. They put him. The bird dropped by the banks of a pond where there was some banana leaves in the water, and dropped the baby on that leaf, just like he would put a balloon and comes and rests very gently. Gurudev used to describe like this, not like it was dropped, but it was just gently put on that. I remember Gurudev speaking this katha, like the child was taken to the pond, and then very gently the child was lowered onto this plantain leaf. Not dropped, gently lowered, and then he was taken from that. His body complexion was golden and effulgent. His name was given Jonah. His name was Jonah, means in Bengali full of effulgence. Meaning that the Lord protects the devotee. When he grew up, how his mother used to have so much love and affection for him. Gurudev used to tell us all his pastimes. Gurudev used to explain to us in sequence. When he was admitted to school, the characteristics of the Mahabhagavad is that he has full compassion for all the living entities, and his heart melts on seeing them suffering. Vinod Bihari Brahmachari, maybe he was 7 or 8 years old in school. He was late in returning from school one day. Maybe it was 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. His mother became concerned, and he used to come from school regularly at 4 o'clock, but today it was nearly 8 o'clock. Then he knocked the door. His mother, she was the mistress of a large property, wealthy family. But she was very expert in chastising. If you're expert in business, they would be know how to make money. If you put them on the banks of the shore of the ocean, they would make money, be able to make money. Businessmen, they're very expert in making money. Wherever you put them, they will make money. Money runs after them. And people say, I don't get money. Bhakti Vinod Thakur has written in Jaiva Dharma. I'm not speaking from imagination. It's written. These business people, wherever you put them, they will make money. Saying this, she was the daughter-in-law of a wealthy land owner, very, very sharp, very intelligent, and she took a stick and opening the door, she, seeing her son Vinod Bihari Brahmachari, her mother standing there, and chastised him. Where were you? Now you've become very misbehaved. So she chastised him. And if you do that in the West, they will call the police. I'm traveling for 27 years, saying, but in our culture, the mother took a stick and showed it to Vinod Bihari Brahmachari. You're becoming very misbehaved. It's 8 o'clock in the evening, 8:30 now. Where were you? And not until we chastise our child. If we do not, then they will become naughty and misbehave. But our culture is such. What we learn from our mother and parents, if they're not well, behave themselves. This is the duty of the mother and father, to bring up their child with care and love and affection, but strictly. So in this way, Vinod Bihari Brahmachari is very delicate body. Gurudev used to say, when he used to speak this katha, everyone used to cry. She was standing there chastising Vinod Bihari Brahmachari. And Vinod Bihari Brahmachari very humbly said, "Oh mother, the reason I was late, I will tell you. In our school, we made one group. What you give us for breakfast, the money, just 2 anna, 12 paisas. 6 paisas equals 1 anna. You probably don't know this. You'll need a calculator to calculate. 6 paisa. It means 12 paisas. We made this group to help the poor. The 12, 25 of us got together. What you give us for breakfast some part of that money we put in a central pot, and where there were poor people, where there was nobody to help them, we were helping them with that money. Today, one widow did not have anything. She was completely alone, and she had diarrhea. There's nobody to take her to hospital. It was me and one other student. Took that elderly lady to the hospital. We admitted her and took care of all her medical needs. Hearing this, her mother's hand began to shake. His mother started to cry and embraced him and started to cry. Gurudev used to become complete like a madman and cry, listening to the compassion of his Gurudev. In Bengal, as he said, this Muri, they used to plant seeds, which seeds would understand which seeds would bring a larger crop and which seeds would bring a small crop. They would keep the good seeds and then discard the bad seeds. From the meaning to say, from a childhood, we can see the kind of person they would grow up to be, compassionate to those who are suffering. If we don't have this compassion, then that person is considered to be an animal. If our heart does not melt in seeing another suffering, then he grew up, studied in college, in school, and in Daulatpur, one city, he was at university, in college, in Daulatpur College. This East Bengal and West Bengal were just one at that time. This Chaitanya Charitamrita that we read today from Krishnadas Kaviraj Gosvami, at that time they used to teach from that scripture, and as much knowledge as you acquire, you can become more of a Mayavadi. And then all the Mayavadis were in his college and used to teach on this basis. They had Shankara conceptions, Aham Brahmasmi. Brahma is the truth, and everything else is false. The material world is false. There is nothing as such thing as the jiva. By Brahma, influenced by Maya, becomes illusioned. Everybody is Brahma, nothing else but Brahma. Everything else is false. This is conception of Mayavad. And without potency, without form, Jyotirmay Brahma, just effulgence. And all the professors in his college used to teach like this. But Vinod Bihari Brahmachari, taking that Chaitanya Chaitamrita and took this verse, Jiver Sarupai Krishna Nityadas, Krishna Nityadas Ved Prakash. Taking this verse, he confronted the professors, and you're saying that Brahma has no potency, and Chaitamrita is clearly written. The main meaning of primary of Brahma is Bhagavan. So the Mukha Arte Kaya Bhagavan. Bhagavan means Krishna. So it is clearly written here. Krishna Nityadas. Krishna Tata. Where is that Tata Shakti come from? You're saying that Brahma has no potency? Without potency, without form, without potency. But in this verse, it is clearly written, Tatashta Shakti. So where does that come from? If there's Shakti, potency, then the possessor of the potency will be there. Shaktiman. Radha Shaktiman. Srimati Radhika is the complete potency, and Krishna is the complete possessor of that potency. And there is no difference between the two. Bhakti, Bhagwan Kesava Gosvami Maharaj, Vinod Bihari, Brahmachari, had such sharp intelligence and presented this. None of the professors could argue with him. This is clearly explained here. And then in the whole college there was all the professors were disturbed. None of the professors could give an answer. And then Vinod Bihari Brahmachari left that college, and then he met with Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada with argument and philosophy explained to him. In this verse, this Vishnu has potency. And the Lord has potency. He is not without potency. We have potency. Do we not? We have potency to see. It's called Dri Shakti. In the Ved Puran, Vedanta Darshan, if he saw the Vedas, if he did not have eyes, how could he have seen? And he has no ears, yet he listens. He does not have legs, but he walks. What this means is that he has transcendental eyes, transcendental feet. In this way, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada very nicely explained to him, and that he became satisfied. These professors, he thought, don't know anything. What will I get from staying with them? He left that college for this reason. And then gave himself in the service of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada and studied all the Vedas and scriptures. And always quoted Prabhupada. Prabhupada cleared all of his doubts. And he used to serve Srila Prabhupada. In Shastra it is said, it's not only by knowledge that we can attain the Lord. We need realization. We need both knowledge and realization. We need realization. We're always saying this. We need this self-realize. This is cold or warm? Well, is fire hot or cold? Is ice cold or hot? Not just by saying this. we need to have realization and experimentation. And this way, Vinod Bihari Brahmachari used to serve his Gurudev. Not until we serve Shri Guru, we cannot experience. We don't have Vigyan. As much as we worship Shri Guru, in Bhakti Prajnana Kesava Gosvami Maharaj, in Rupa Goswami's Pranam Mantra, Swapadantikam. In this way, Srila Param Gurudev used to say this: Upada Mana Siddhanta Prabhupada Anuvishtam Tamyena Bhutale Swayam Prajnanam Dati Swapadantikam. Who fulfilled the innermost desire of Bhakti Prajnana Kesava Goswami, Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj. His disciple, knowing the heart of the Shri Guru, does not have to say. One who is instructed to serve, one who does not serve, even after being told. But another, just knowing the heart of Shri Guru, serves. And these three types of servants. Sevak. One Sevak, the Sevak, when only Gurudev says they will do. And another, even before speaking, the disciple does the service. And another type, the time disciple gets chastised, and the other was chastises Guru and does seva. You won't understand. Knowing the heart of Shri Guru, Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada wanted to build a house. He said, give me blessings, he said to Gokishadas Babaji Maharaj. I want to make it in Calcutta. No, it's Kali's place, don't go there. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada first made his mud in Calcutta, Bagh Bazaar. So Gurudev said, no, don't do that. And he did exactly that, what Gurudev told him not to do. Knowing the heart of the disciple, knowing the heart of the Guru. In this way, he performed intimate service to the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Like Maharaja explained, Vinod Bihari Brahmachari, he was very elegantly dressed. The estate of Prabhupada, Mayapur, 300 vigha. I don't know how much that is in acres. And the Muslims used to reside there without paying rent. Some Muslims are like that. They just occupy any space they want and consider it their own. Vinod Bihari Brahmachari, what did he do? How to collect the rent? There's one rascal Muslim and put his head under the table and started to beat him. All the Muslims, they saw they will also beat me in one day. All in one day, all the rent came. Do not be Hari was like that. He used to take care of the estate. If you make a property and make it bigger than your neighbor, the neighbor will start with a complaint. And they will start to argue, and they will call police and argue. There's always some dispute. Made a small house. Even there's dispute in that, and there's also dispute in building big temples. What you can manage your own family. Wherever there is a temple, even within the temple there is dispute. In Mathura, was offering water in the temple. Outside is a sadhu who drinking alcohol, who was on the top giving some water to the cement walls. Some drops fell on that sadhu. He started to argue. There was a tea seller next. He was from the very beginning against our temple. He started to swear and on Gurudev's name. At that time, Gurudev was coming from his morning walk. He was swearing. Gurudev was very stern, and he was making tea. He was throwing hot water on Gurudev. He slapped him, one big slap. I saw with my own eyes. It's not just a story. And then that person living behind our mutt in Mathura, he used to work in the court. He called the police. So many police came and took away, put that chai seller in the prison. And his family members began to plead to Srila Gurudev, crying, how will we maintain ourselves if you make offense to a great devotee? Okay, then if Gurudev forgave him and the police released him, that third day, that same rascal, some conflict. He got into an argument with somebody, and that person beat him, and he died, left his body. I saw with my own eyes. The body was lying there. If you make offense to a devotee, great devotee like this, if was meaning to say that these conflicts exist in temples. So we might argue, why, being a sadhu, should these arguments arise? We didn't have need for making Rup Sanatana Goswami. There's two types of devotees, Goshtanandi and Bhajananandi. One who is absorbed in his bhajan, like the 6 Goswamis, collecting alms and maintaining themselves. But when Goshtanandis, for preaching purposes, their temple will create wealth, and this can also, if you try and enjoy that wealth, it's like poison. You'll have to drink this poison. You'll have to keep it in your throat like that. is true or not. I was saying because Param Gurudev Bhakti Pragyan Kesava Goswami, he used to manage the estate of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Prabhupada used to say, and 64 limbs of Bhakti there are, and I want to make temples, 64 temples. So Bua means his relative, Sarojvasini. And you're sleeping on a cot and having these dreams of making 64 temples, such big dreams. If I don't do it, my Binod Bihari will do. He will look after that, all of those temples. He was such an intimate servant of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada. He used to be very well presented. And they used to complain to Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada that Vinod Bihari Brahmachari, he's an enjoyer. He doesn't put tilak on. He doesn't chant his mantras. From morning to evening, he's just writing. He goes to court. How does he go? He wears best dhoti, and what people call him Vinod Babu. Vinod Bhai. Babu means is a title. A very smartly dressed gentleman, wealthy, are called Babu. Vinod Babu. Even a rickshawala. Come and sit in my rickshaw. Why? Where it was 2 rupees, Vinod Brahmachari used to give him 5 rupees. To Mayapur, to Krishnanagar, to cross the river. Jalangi, the boatman, when he saw Vinod Bihari Brahmachari coming, come in my boat. All 10 boatmen would try and drag him to their boat, to sit in his boat. Meaning, everybody wants money in this world, do they not? Where would give 2 rupees for crossing the river? Or 2 paisas. I'm just giving an example. He used to give 3 times as much. Yeah, take this. Prabhupada used to say, disciples of Prabhupada used to say to Prabhupada, he's wasting our money, not performing any devotional practice. He's a complete enjoyer. Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. If you ever speak against this, like this, I don't want to see your face. Go from here. I know Vinod Bihari Brahmachari. I know how he is. One is Vishay enjoyer, one is like a enjoyer. Vishay Prai, Vaishnav Prai. Which is better? Vishay Prai is better than Vaishnav Prai. He looks like a Vishay. He's not an enjoyer. Vaishnav Prai, he looks like a Vaishnav, but he's not a Vaishnav. There's nothing inside him. When did you do Harinam? When everybody went to sleep. Vinod Bihari Brahmachari used to chant from night till 4 a.m. in the morning. Nobody knows when he slept. When you sleep, then he's doing Harinam. Because in the morning he has to go to court. For this reason, he used to prepare all his papers. It's described. Gurudev used to describe how he served Srila Prabhupada. He used to stay like an ordinary person when everyone went to sleep. He did not put tilak on. Will you get bhakti by putting tilak on? Bhakti Vinod Thakur writes, No, I didn't understand that. To show others, to cheat others, we put tilak on. And internally, in secret, those performing nonsense activities, Mahaprabhu will catch such persons. Not just by pulling tilak will we get bhakti. I'm not saying don't put tilak on. Uttam Mahabhagat. If they do not have tilak, there's no fault. Only for Uttam Mahabhagat, how they served. Like Maharaj explained from England, one Lord, Vinod Bhai Brahmachari, we saw that picture, how he dressed so smartly. And dress, suit, overcoat, jacket, and trousers to welcome this Garjan. How he was dressed. Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada and Vinod Bihari Brahmachari, because it is written in scriptures for preaching. This can happen. There is no fault in this. It's not for our own sense enjoyment that we'll eat nice, palatable foodstuffs and dress in nice quality clothes, but for the purpose of service, to wear nice clothes. Gopis used to wear nice clothes. Gurudev used to give the example that for the pleasure of Krishna, the gopis performed so many extraordinary activities. They wore such opulent cloth, kajal, makeup, their hair, meaning for the pleasure of Krishna, not for my own pleasure, but for the pleasure of Krishna. For the pleasure of Krishna, I used to perform these activities. Look how the life of Vinod Bihari Brahmachari was. He understood the inner heart's desire of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta to manifest the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj established that place, identified that place, but how to take hold of it. And because the Muslims had captured it, but because they held this authority over that place, where we go nowadays, in Navadvip Dham Parikram. Yes, you go. If you haven't been, you should go. If you don't go, we have to punish you. This Mahaprabhu's birthplace, the Muslims had taken and controlled. Prabhupada indicated to him, you have to manifest this place. Vinod Bihari Brahmachari is such an intelligent person. In the night, and when everybody had slept, and he took 3 or 4 brahmacharis, went to that place where Muslims had made a burial ground. Vinod Bihari Brahmachari had went there at night time, and those bones it took and put them in the Ganga. You will be liberated. Like Sagar Maharaj were liberated by the touch of Ganga water. In the same way, Vinod Bihari Brahmachari dug that place, took out all the bones and put it in the Ganga. And made that place a very beautiful garden, Gurudev used to say. I'm not saying from my own, I'm only saying from what I heard from Gurudev. That very night, he established trees, coconut trees, tall coconut trees. He established kathal, jackfruit, and arranged a beautiful garden type setting. And in the morning they saw, where is that place? It would look like a big park. Then the Muslims started to complain, object, create a disturbance. They're very aggressive, angry. Just like a riot between Hindu and Muslim. The time the British were in rule, they called the police. They came. It was 50, 60 police were in charge. And this is our place, Vinod Bihari Brahmachari said. Even 50 years we are looking after this place. Look, these mango trees. How old are they? This is look how tall the coconut tree is. And not there in one day. Saying, they explained like this. They challenged the Muslims. Where's your papers? Whose authority are the papers on? This was the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhaktivinoda Thakur prepared all the papers he took from London and brought them. And the police challenged the Muslims to show their papers. They didn't have any papers. The police beat them so badly, they ran away. You trying to take others' land, they beat the Muslim. In this way, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Kesava Gosvami fulfilled the innermost cherished desires of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Doing parikram, established the parikram, continued the parikram. This is his greatest gift. Took over this property, land, all his god brothers. Vinoda, just by seeing you, we remember Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, how Vinod Bihari Brahmachari served his Gurudev. Look, it's 10 o'clock. When Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, the caste Brahman, the 13 types of upper sampradayas, they all got together that we should kill Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. So destroying the bamboo and will destroy the roots of the bamboo roots. They were performing parikram of Navadvip Dham. When they came to that place, the Smarta Brahmins and the Babaji Sampradaya followers, that if you speak the truth, you will be challenged. The Smarta Brahmins, they had taken over, and Babaji Sampradaya, they were performing illicit activities, taking the wives of others. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, when he spoke against these people, they became very antagonistic. They were motivated to kill Prabhupada. Paramatala. When the parikram party came, they were sitting there and they started throwing soda bottles and stones. Everyone scattered from there. There was nobody around. All the brahmacharis that ran in direct. And this proverb, only Srila Bhakti, Vinod Bihari Brahmachari stood by Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada and said, "Oh Prabhupada, come to one side," and said, in Vinod Bihari Brahmachari was wearing white, and he took the cloth of Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada, and they exchanged cloths. But Prabhupada said, "They will beat you." Vinod Bihari very humbly said, Gurudev used to tell Prabhupada, they may kill me. I am like an ant, insignificant ant. What significance would that be? But if you stay in this world, then you can preach the message of Mahaprabhu. One day they will understand. You will preach the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You give me your sannyas cloth. Gurudev used to say, who gave sannyas to Param Gurudev? Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada gave sannyas to Vinod Bihari Brahmachari. He did not want to take. Give me your cloth. And then escaped from the side door. All the people, all those rascals, all the smarta Brahmins, they came with sticks and were ready to beat Vinod Bihari Brahmachari. He gave his white cloth to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada escaped. And that time, somebody called the police. Police came and settled the matter. His Guru brothers used to say to Param Gurudev, Bhakti Pragyan Kesava, Gosvami Maharaja, just like Kuresh, the example of Kuresh, how he saved his Guru's life by giving his own life. Gurudev used to speak like Kuresh. Kuresh saved Ramanujacharya's life. When Ramanujacharya was preaching, the impersonalists, the Buddhists, there's one book Ramanujacharya took. They knew that Ramanujacharya had taken this book and he will destroy the Mayavad philosophy. They chased after Ramanujacharya. This Kuresh was with Ramanujacharya, serving him. How to catch him? We'll have a debate. They would have a debate between the personalist and impersonalist. And indirectly, we will, at that time, we will kill Ramanujacharya. Kuresh said, "Don't go there. I will go and represent you in that assembly, in that division, and discuss it." They tried to kill Kuresh with that king at the time, with the Buddhist king. Then they took out the eyes of Kuresh. Was blind, and then he met with Ramanujacharya. This, I have memorized that book that you took, and then rewrote that book. Like Quresh protected his guru Ramanujacharya, in the same way Bhakti Pragyan Kesava Goswami Maharaj, Vinod Bihari Brahmachari saved the life of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. This is Guru Seva. Guru Seva, one who serves Shri Guru, everything will be manifest to that person. Very late now, then we'll speak more tomorrow. Today is a very special day, Sharya Diyaras. Cannot speak, but speaking on Param Gurudev's life. It's a beautiful conception, Bhakti Pragyan Kesava Goswami Maharaj. He established philosophical conclusions as well as the sweet mellows. Vinod Bihari Ashtakam, very beautifully written. Sekanti Vilochpa Ikamajanande Radha Lingit Vilaha. Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada established the deities, they were all black. Bhakti Pragyan Kesava Goswami Maharaj established all the deities were white. Why? Because of this shloka in Vinod Bihari Ashtakam, and gave examples from other scriptures. From Puranas, Vahara Samhita, when Srimati Radhika left the Ras dance, it came from Sevakanch to Imlitala. When Krishna sat there thinking of Krishna, thinking of Srimati Radhika, his complexion changed to golden. Hence the shloka, the Radha Lingita, Radha Alingita, Vinod Bihari Tattva Ashtakam, and how he was so, when we sing the Mangala Arti, Mangala Bharati, Mangala Chugala Priti, Lila, that is Nishanta Lila, and nicely described in these moods in Krishna Bhavanamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, in Krishna Govinda Lilamrita, taking the essence of these scriptures. He made this, he wrote this Mangal Arti. When we do Tulsi Parikrama, Krishna press, this is Param Guru Maharaj's. We don't say Maya, we don't call Tulsi Maya. We don't say Maya in Gaudiya Mantra. No. This mood will change. We don't say Yamuna May, we say Yamuna Devi, Yamuna Sakhi. If we say Maya, this Ras Madhurya is diminished. Gurudev used to say, Yamuna Maya Maya, we don't say. Maya, how many children does she have? And there's one small boy, 15 years old. Maya, I'm not married. In Bengal, one who's married, we're still up. If you call your wife Maya, in Gaudiya Math we say Didi. In others they say something, they say Mataji, Pitaji. We don't say that. It's true or not? Didi, we use the word Didi. In other places, Mataji. Where's the Pitaji? Not Tulsi Maya. Tulsi Maharani. Maharani. This sweetness of mood will come. Jamuna Devi, Jamuna, not Jamuna Maya. These are very important moods. Madhurya Bhav. Gurudev used to explain these very nice moods of Param Gurudev. There are many pastimes. I cannot finish. Now it's nearly 10:30, and very nice sweet pastimes of Param Gurudev. How much nishta he had in his Gurudev. He gave a short lecture on Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. My Gurudev was Mahabhagavat. Seeing me, Prabhupada used to become very happy. Why? There's not a sinner like me in the past, present or future. Bhakti Prajnana Kesava Gosvami is writing, this article appears in the Harmonist. Prabhupada used to become happy seeing me, like because I had so much lust and anger in me, like a great mountain. Uttam Bhagavat, he sees a mountain, he will think of Giriraj. My Gurudev, in my heart, he saw the mountain of lust and anger, but he saw not that, but he saw Giriraj Govardhan, and used to become so happy. Spurti Mandike. Uttam Mahabhagavat. What do they see? They get a stimulation of Braj, the moods of Braj. Bhakti Prajnana Kesava Goswami Maharaj is saying in this lecture, in my heart, this mountain of lust and anger, but Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada did not see that. He saw Giriraj Govardhan and became very happy. And all the gutter in my heart, he's seeing there Yamuna, he's seeing that mountain of lust and anger of my heart, he's seeing his Giriraj. And he's thinking that this is Jamuna. He sees, because he's Uttam Bhav, he sees the reflection of his own moods. I have no qualification. He served so much. And it's saying, he served so much, and is still saying, I have done nothing. This is the nature of Uttam Bhagavat. We're called others Uttam Bhagavat. We're running after so-called Uttam Bhagavat. But just by seeing Uttam Mahabhagavat, your heart will manifest prem. Just by seeing that person, love will manifest in your heart. You will start to dance. This is the nature of Uttam Bhagavat. When you went to South India, Mahaprabhu, whoever saw Mahaprabhu became Vaishnavas, described in Chaitanya Chaitamrita. He's such a Uttam Mahabhagavat. Gurudev used to speak of his Gurudev. If he did not speak, how would we be able to know, and how would we be able to speak? At the Samadhi place of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada in Mayapur. Yeah. He said the syllable pra his throat would become choked, and tears would flow from his eyes. In that time, Bhakti Pragyan Kesava Goswami Maharaj, he used to ask Bhaman Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Trika Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj to speak because he could not speak. And we are chanting Prabhupada, Prabhupada, dancing, but Bhakti Pragyan Kesava Goswami Maharaj, just by the syllable pra, his eyes would cry. He would cry. His love, mamata, possessiveness for Prabhupada. He used to call them with very affectionate terms, respectfully. But for Binod Bihari Brahmachari, he said very informal, very informal way of greeting somebody. In English, you. In Bengali, there's this duality is there. Somebody you call with respect and somebody you call informally. Like tu, when you say tu, it's somebody who understands you and has a close relationship with you. There is when a mother calls the son tu, they don't say apni with respect, yours. And they say you, informally. And they're not offended. They used to go in the night and at midnight and knock on Prabhupada's door, and they used to discuss. And others might say, wake up, oh, why did you wake me up? Prabhupada used to open his door for him at any time. They had such an intimate relationship. How to describe? Gurudev used to speak. However much we speak is not enough. Where we said how he wrote. He used to write on impersonalism, sahaja. You won't understand. He used to write in such a way to destroy the Babaji Sampradaya. They used to become very angry, such as Sakhi Beki. He used to write very cutting words. They used to challenge Bhakti Pragyan Kesava Goswami Maharaj. If you put a case on Bhakti Pragyan Kesava Goswami Maharaj, you will not succeed. Reject if you go to dig for a Quechua turtle, you will come with a snake. You will be confronting a snake. You will get a negative reaction. Do you understand? Vinod Bihari Brahmachari is not an ordinary person. This Vasu person was in charge of Bengal at that time. He was a minister. At the time of Navadvip Parikram, he used to collect rice, asking for bhiksha, alms, from one house to another. The chief minister, and very strong, influential, Kesava Brahmachari, went for bhiksha. Where have you come from? We have come from Mayapur. Why? For Mahaprabhu's appearance day celebration. We are collecting rice. Are you not ashamed? This minister, Communist Party leader, And these people are suffering from floods. Everything destroyed, they don't have anything. How will they get rice? You're taking the food from the poor. And people are dying from hunger. And you're celebrating in Navadvip festival. Can you not see that the whole place is flooded? Vinod Bihari Brahmachari. I don't see any water anywhere. I am seeing fire from smoke from fire, because the communist minister was smoking. The smoke from your mouth is not extinguished. So from what water is around? There is no water around to extinguish the fire emanating from your mouth. Meaning that he was smoking, and it was like a buffalo grunting. He left that place. A fearless Vinod Bihari Brahmachari. He was very fearless. Even great kings would not challenge him. And ministers, his life was so sweet. When I came from Devanand Gaudamat with Prajadak Maharaj, he used to speak and I used to write. I remember when I used to travel with Prajadak Maharaj, when we used to go to beg for rice in different places in Bengal, like as they go now. I used to go like that for 2 years. Prajadak Maharaj, he's left his body now. He used to write the life story of Param Guru Maharaj. He was given dictation in Bengal, and I used to write this. Bihari Lal ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. May He have mercy on us. Srila Gurudev. Oh, sorry. Oh, read the writings of Srila Bhakti Vedanta Nayan Goswami Maharaj about Bhakti Pragyan Kesava Goswami Maharaj's life history. Ki Jai. By hearing the glories of the devotees, you get some enthusiasm. In this way, we should serve Shri Guru Padma. We're not just by eating and sleeping. Jai. Shri Radhe. Jai. Shri Guru Jai. Bhakti Pragyan Kesava Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Gurudev Nayan Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj ki Jai.